It's Bluey time.
Just batch. Chiffy.
Where learning is free.
Hey kids, today we'll be reading Bluey, Goodnight Fruitbat, text and illustrated by Ludo Studios. Bluey, Bingo, Mom, and Dad are playing pop-up croc. Again! Cries Bluey when the game ends. No, that's it. Bedtime, replies Mom. Not fair. Bluey doesn't want to go to bed. No! All right, says Dad, following Bluey and Bingo outside. Say goodnight to the animals. Bingo waves. Night kangaroos, night bilbies, night fruit bats, says Dad. No, fruit bats don't sleep at night. They're nocturnal, explains Bingo. You mean they don't need to go to bed now? Gasps Bluey. No, but you do, says Dad. Bluey wishes she were a fruit bat. But fruit bats don't get to play rocket ship, says Dad. Bluey and Bingo strap in, and Dad zooms them upstairs to the bathroom. Whoosh! I don't need a shower, complains Bluey. Yeah, you do, you grub, says Dad. Phew! Not fair. I bet fruit bats don't need to have showers, says Bluey. But fruit bats don't get to play penguins. Bluey slides along the wet bathroom floor. Look at me, Mom, she shouts. Whee! Oh, wackadoo. Mom laughs. Teeth time. Bluey and Bingo brush their teeth and go to the toilet, but Bluey still isn't tired. Not fair, she says. I want to stay up like the fruit bats. When fruit bats go to the toilet, they hang upside down, so their wee runs all over them, says Dad. Ugh, cries Bingo. I'd love that, says Bluey, giggling. I bet you would, you little grub, says Dad. I just want to be a fruit bat, says Bluey. But fruit bats don't get to play the story game, says Dad. Dad starts reading. The little puppy opened the door, but out jumped a huge, hairy snore. Wake up! The kids squeal. Spider! Dad yells. They laugh until Mom comes in and kisses them goodnight. Not fair. Bluey wants to be a fruit bat, not go to bed. Bluey sneaks downstairs and cheekily asks her mom if she can stay up. Dad is asleep on the floor, dreaming about playing touch footy. He doesn't get to play much anymore, Mom explains. Why doesn't he get to play it for real life, asks Bluey. He's busy, sweetheart, working and looking after you two, says Mom. That doesn't seem fair. Bluey has an idea. If Dad dreams about footy, maybe she can dream about being a fruit bat. She runs back to bed. Bluey closes her eyes, and all of a sudden she's soaring high above their house, flapping her arms like a fruit bat. She flies past bedroom windows and sees Mackenzie fast asleep. She gets massively full, eating lots of fruit. Then Bluey hears a familiar voice in the distance. It's Dad playing footy with his friends. Hey, mate. Hey, Dad, yells Bluey, waving. Hey, Bluey, you're a fruit bat, says Dad. How is it? It's great, says Bluey. You get to eat a lot of fruit. It looks like Dad is having a lot of fun playing footy. No wonder he misses it. It's time to head home. When Bluey wakes up the next morning, she thinks about Dad. It doesn't seem fair that he doesn't get to play footy for real life. But she's never heard him whinge about it, not even once. I had the most amazing dream, Bluey says, walking into the kitchen for breakfast. Dad's doing sit-ups, so he's ready for when he plays footy again one day. Bluey has something to tell him. 1, 2, 3, 4, he counts, lifting her up and down. Thanks for looking after us, Dad, Bluey says, giving him a hug. You're welcome. Hey kids, today we'll be reading Bluey, Easter. Text and illustrated by Ludo Studios. It's the night before Easter at the Healer house. Big sleep tonight, kids, says Dad. The Easter bunny's coming. How do we know he won't forget us again? Bingo asks. Yeah, like he did last year, adds Bluey. We've been through this. He didn't forget you, says Mom. Yeah, he was just late, agrees Dad. We promise he won't forget this time, says Mom. Do you think the Easter Bunny will remember us? Yeah, I do. Night, Bingo. But Bingo isn't so sure. Bingo, wake up, shouts Bluey the next morning. Bluey and Bingo check their Easter pouches. There are no chocolate eggs inside. But wait, says Bluey. There's a box and a letter, adds Bingo. I think these are clues to where the Easter Bunny has hidden our eggs, says Bluey. Letter box. Letterbox. Hooray! Bingo and Bluey run out to the letterbox. Inside there's a chatterbox. Bluey sounds out. Egg. What's your favorite color? She asks Bingo. Blue, like you, says Bingo. It's a cook's hat with an egg, says Bluey. What does it mean? Asks Bingo. Cooks work in the kitchen. Maybe the Easter eggs are in the kitchen, says Bluey as they race off. I think the clue might be in the fridge, says Bluey. Bingo, look at the eggs, says Bluey. The Easter Bunny doesn't bring normal eggs, says Bingo. He brings chocolate eggs. I know, but look at the end one, shouts Bluey.
Huh?
One egg is a kiwi. Dad, is there chocolate in this? The girls ask. Dad chops the kiwi in half. No chocolate, he says. Bingo is disappointed, but suddenly, Bluey understands the clue. I think I know where the eggs are. Bingo and Bluey run to the playroom and look under the kiwi rug. Still no eggs. Maybe the Easter Bunny likes other children more than me, says Bingo, sadly. No, Bingo, he likes you, Bluey says encouragingly. Bingo spots an arrow on the rug. It's pointing to the backyard, she says. Come on, Bluey. They split up and search outside. I don't remember that sandcastle. Bluey has found something odd, too. Bingo, are the poinciana flowers normally in straight lines? Replies Bingo. Usually they're more higgledy-piggledy. The girls run upstairs to get a better look. It's a castle, says Bluey. Wait, there's a castle in London. We've got to get to the airport. Bluey races off. Wait, Bluey, says Bingo, and Bluey stops. I think it's a different castle. It is. It is. Wait, it isn't. Is it chocolate? I hit something. It's toilet paper, says Bluey. Then she smiles. Hang on. Look, eggs. It's another clue. Come on. Toilet paper belongs in the toilet, so Bluey and Bingo search the upstairs bathroom. They search and search, but there's no chocolate. Where else is there toilet paper? Oh no! Dad's toilet. It stinks. Someone has to go in there, says Bluey. But it stinks so much. We'll die, Bingo complains. Then she says sadly, Aw, there will be no Easter. Yes, there will be, Bingo, Bluey declares. I'm going in. Bluey tries to search for clues, but it's too stinky. She collapses. And then she sees something familiar. Bluey gives a sketch of the clue to Bingo. It's our window, Bingo says. But we've already searched our room, Bluey replies. I knew it, sniffs Bingo.
The Easter Bunny has forgotten us. It's my fault. I'm just a small, forgettable child. No, you are not, Bingo, Bluey says firmly. You're a great child. You're smart. You figured out the castle clue all by yourself. Bingo smiles. Yeah, I did. It's me who's forgettable, says Bluey. You are not, Bingo replies. You're brave. You went into Dad's stinky toilet. Bluey smiles now, too. Yeah, I did. We're not forgettable. Yeah, we're rememberable, says Bingo. Suddenly, Bluey spots footprints. Bunny footprints. Easter bunny footprints. The girls follow them out of the door, down the hall, all the way to Dad's study. They roll away the yoga ball until finally they find he remembered us.
Hey kids, today we'll be reading Bluey Camping, text and illustrated by Ludo Studios. The healers are on a camping trip. Bluey wants to build a stick house with Bingo, but Mom has other plans. Bingo's coming with me, Mom says. She hasn't had a bath in 3 days. So off Bluey goes to the creek alone. As Bluey searches for sticks, she hears a voice. Bonjour. Hi, my name is Bluey. Salut, Bluey. Je suis Jean-Luc. Bluey doesn't understand what Jean-Luc is saying, but that doesn't stop them building a stick house together. Oh, c'est très beau. Now we need some food to eat, says Bluey. We can plant this seed, like farmers. This will grow into a big tree with fruit on it. But it might take a while, she adds, and we need something to eat now. Suddenly they hear a howl. Coming through the forest. Hide! Shouts Bluey. Snuff, snuff. It's a wild pig, Bluey says. Sanglier, says Jean-Luc. Bluey and Jean-Luc make a plan to capture the wild pig, but he escapes. Ha ha. Never mind. Hee hee. Bluey, dinner, Mom calls. Then Jean-Luc's dad calls to him. Jean-Luc, dîner. See you tomorrow, Bluey says. They both run off to their families. Good night. Bonne nuit. The next morning, Bluey and Jean-Luc are ready to play. Jean-Luc, bonjour. No fruit tree yet. We need a better plan to catch that wild pig, or we'll have no food for winter. I've got an idea, Bluey tells Jean-Luc. My dad taught me how to do this. Bluey scares Wild Pig. Wild Pig runs away. Jean-Luc jumps out. Hooray! They wait until they hear the Wild Pig roar, and then Yar! It's time to head back to camp for the night. Goodbye, Jean-Luc, says Bluey happily. See you tomorrow. Non, Bluey, Jean-Luc calls. Au revoir. The next morning, Bluey discovers that the seed they planted is growing into a little tree. Jean-Luc, come quickly! Jean-Luc! But she can't see Jean-Luc anywhere. Not at his campsite. Jean-Luc! Or at their stick house. Jean-Luc! Bluey runs back to Mum, who tells her that Jean-Luc must have left. His holiday is over. What? Says Bluey. You mean they're gone? I'm afraid so, sweetheart. That night, while Bingo has a bushwheat, Bluey asks Mum why Jean-Luc had to leave. Sometimes special people come into our lives, stay for a bit, and then they have to go, says Mum. But that's sad, says Bluey. It is, says Mom. But the bit where they were here was happy, wasn't it? Yeah, we caught a wild pig together, Bluey says. Maybe that makes it all worth it, says Mum. Will I ever see him again? Asks Bluey. Well, you never know, says Mum. The world's a magical place. Hello, Bluey. Hey kids, today we'll be reading Bluey The Beach, text and illustrated by Ludo Studios. Bluey, Bingo, Mom, and Dad are off to the beach.
Beach!
They set up the tent, roll around in the sand, and then race to the water. Bluey and Bingo pretend that the waves are trying to splash them. Here comes a big one! Mom sets off for a walk along the beach. Why do you like walking by yourself? Asks Bluey. I'm not sure, says Mom. I just do. See you soon, little mermaid. What a strange answer, thinks Bluey. Just then,
Whoa!
Bluey finds a beautiful shell in the sand.
Ooh!
Can I go and show Mom? She asks. All right, off you go, says Dad. For real life? Says Bluey. All by myself? Dad nods. Yeah, just don't go in the water. Bingo waves her hands over Bluey's tail. Bluey laughs. I am the mermaid who got her legs.
Woo!
Legs!
Mum is now a tiny orange speck. Bluey frowns. Maybe I'll just stay here with you and Dad. But, little mermaid, you can follow Mum's footsteps, says Bingo. Oh, yeah. Bluey grins. Thanks. Bluey skips across the sand towards Mom. I am the mermaid who got her legs, she laughs. But only for a day. She cartwheels and runs along the shore until she almost bumps into some seagulls. Can you please move? Bluey asks politely. A mermaid needs to get through. But the seagulls don't budge.
Ruff, ruff!
It's a good thing mermaids aren't scared of seagulls. Bluey laughs as she hops from one footprint to another until... Crash! A big wave sneaks up and crashes onto the shore. It takes Mom's footsteps out to sea. Ooh, you cheeky wave, Bluey barks. How will I find Mum now? Just as Bluey begins to lose hope, she spots a peepee coming up for wee-wees. Then a crab scuttles past. Bluey copies its funny sideways walk.
Pinchy, pinchy!
I am the mermaid who got her crab legs.
Ah!
Bluey scampers away, but then she sees a jellyfish. How will I get past? Bluey says, picking up a stick. She pokes the blue blob. It wobbles. Hello? Ha ha! You can't sting me, jellyfish. I am the mermaid who got her legs, but only for a day. Bluey races ahead. Mom! Look at this amazing shell, she calls, but Mom's still too far away to hear. Better keep going. Bluey stops at an old sandcastle. I wonder who lives here, she gasps, peeping through the windows. Maybe this is where the other mermaids live. She leaves her stick as a present and backs away until she bumps right into a pelican.
Ah!
Would you mind moving? Bluey asks. I need to show this shell to my mom.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
But the pelican doesn't budge. Bluey thinks she's had enough of walking by herself now. She glances back at Dad, but he's just a tiny blue speck. If I can't go backwards and I can't go forwards, what am I going to do? Bluey remembers the seagulls and crabs and the jellyfish. If she managed to get past them, maybe she can get past the pelican too. She summons every bit of courage. After all, a little mermaid has got to be brave. I am the mermaid who got her legs, but only for a day. Then she tiptoes around the pelican.
Ah!
The pelican beats his great big wings and flies away. Thank you for moving, Mr. Pelican. A familiar voice floats towards Bluey. She gasps and spins around. Mom! Bluey! Did you come all this way by yourself? Asked Mom. You little star. Bluey holds the shell to Mom's ear. It has the whole beach inside it. Bluey and Mom head back together. I love walking by myself, says Bluey. Oh yeah? Why is that? Asks Mom. It's a hard question. There are almost too many reasons to say. I don't know. I just do. Hey kids, today we'll be reading Bluey, My Mom is the Best by Bluey and Bingo. Text and illustrated by Ludo Studios. Hi, I'm Bluey. And I'm Bingo. And we'd like to tell you why our mom is the best. She works very hard at her job. You're right, Bingo. She's always driving you to gymnastics. And making us yummy dinners. She's good at doing a lot of things at the same time, like getting us ready to leave the house. My mom is the best because she looks after us. She makes sure we clean our teeth and brush our hair. She tucks us in tight at night and gives us a goodnight kiss. And she always reads us a bedtime story. Our mom is lots of fun. She takes us to the park and on scooter rides. Mom loves it when we all dance together, and she loves riding the bus with us. But sometimes Mom is not fun and makes us eat all our vegetables. Yuck! Yeah, but we get her back because we turn her into a chicken with our magic asparagus. We're smart, but Mom is super smart. She can fix a toilet when it leaks. She can even fix a bad mood. She taught me how to crawl. You mean bum shuffle? Hee hee. We learn so much from our mom. She knows what to do whenever I've got a problem. And she taught us that the world's a magical place. Whoa! The best thing about my mom is that she's always there when I'm feeling sad. She gives me her checklist. Have a cry. Check. Pick myself up. Check. Dust myself off. Check. And keep going. Mom says you can't give scores for being a mom, but if I could, I'd give her 1,102. We love our mom, and she loves us. Our mom is the best. Hey kids, today we'll be reading Bluey, Sleepytime, text and illustrated by Ludo Studios.
It's sleepy time at the healer house. Bingo's on her second book with Mum, while Bluey's already fast asleep. Now it's time for lights out. Bingo wants to do a big girl sleep and wake up in her own bed. Sweet dreams, Mum says. Remember, I'm always here if you need me. Bingo holds Floppy close and drifts off to sleep. She begins to dream. Mustn't forget Floppy. Bingo sees a big, warm, glowing light. They head towards it. On the way, they pass another planet. Someone else has already hatched from this one. I wonder who. Can I have some water? Bluey? Bingo and Floppy head off deeper into space. Ooh, a planet. This one looks cozy. It is cozy. Bingo and Floppy feel like they're rolling up and down big blue space mountains. It's a lot of fun. Then they find another planet, the biggest one yet. This one is a lot of fun to jump on. So much fun that Bluey joins in. Not much fun for Dad, though. Dad, can you sing to me? 99 bottles of things on the wall, 99 bottles of thing. They all end up back in Mom and Dad's room. The blanket slips off. Bingo and Floppy are left shivering in the cold. Bingo spots that warm, glowing light again. On their way towards the light, they pass another planet. This one has something spinning around it. It's Floppy's friends. Floppy wants to join them. Bingo lets Floppy go. Wait, what's this? Something's heading towards Bingo. Whoosh. It's so warm. But Bingo remembers that she wants to do a big girl sleep and wake up in her own bed. Bingo stands up. I have to go. I'm a big girl now. Remember, I'll always be here for you, even if you can't see me, because I love you. Bingo floats back to where she began. But she can't fit all the pieces together. Hooray! Here comes Floppy with her friends to help. Night-night, Bingo. Night, Floppy. Thanks for everything. The healer house is still and quiet again. Bingo sleeps peacefully. Dad and Bluey sleep peacefully. Mom does too. The sun begins to rise. Its rays warm Bingo, asleep in her own bed. Thank you for listening. That's Bluey Sleepytime. Hope you enjoyed. If you want to hear more stories, please hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you.
Cheers. Bat. Chiffy.
Where learning is free.